Hi everybody, I am just sitting here out on my patio with the dogs. We're just scheduling showings and getting ready for the weekend. And I just had a conversation with a client again, and I have these conversations and I immediately want to film these videos because it's like fresh in my mind to share with you guys, so I apologize that I look like a hot mess. But this client who has really only been house hunting for about 2 weeks is obviously just, nervous, and they're having some anxiety. People come here and they immediately feel this pressure to like find a house immediately. And my word of wisdom with regard to that is everybody take a deep breath. You have 30 days once you arrive here to look at every and any house that you want to see before you have to make a decision. So even if you get here and you're here for 2 weeks and you hate everything that's on the market, just breathe. You still have 2 whole weeks to find something. And if you don't, on-post housing is always there. Military's not gonna let you be homeless, guys. So back to the conversation I had with them. They were saying that they were pondering the idea of moving on post for a year, and then jumping back into the market a year from now, which is something we hear quite a bit. Never happens. Once you move into wherever you're moving into, nobody wants to pay to move again. No one wants to go through the expense of moving themselves or the hassle of moving themselves a year after you've already done the big move to Hawaii. Just doesn't happen. And then the next thing you know, you've been here for 3 years and you've wasted $100,000 of BAH giving it back to the government. But that is not the topic of this video. So the point I brought up to them was, sure, you can absolutely do that. However, you do need to really, especially in the Hawaii real estate market, factor in appreciation. When we get our market statistics every month, we're seeing things like 20% appreciation for single family homes, 8 to 14% appreciation for townhomes. So even if you want to be ultra conservative and cut those numbers in half, or even if you want to look at the chart that I talked about in one of my recent videos and talk about statistical data, not even projections, but like statistical data, townhomes gaining 6.3% in 1 year, or single family homes gaining 7.8% in 1 year. Those are small increases compared to the increases we're seeing now. So the point I tried to make to these clients was, yes, you can absolutely jump into the market in a year. There will be houses in a year, but they're going to be anywhere from 7, 10, 15, 18% more than they are right now. And I personally would not want to buy something a year from now that I could get now for 10% cheaper or 20% cheaper. So that's just something to think about. If you do get frustrated with the market and you do decide you want to pull out for a while and you want to jump back in later, that's fine. But just know a certain number of houses that may be accessible to you now might not be available to you in a year, because as homes gain value, a certain percentage of them are going to become out of your price range. The market is going to price you out of a certain percentage of homes that you maybe could get now, but couldn't get in a year. Not to mention, as you let that year drag on, you're missing out on the chance to be accumulating that appreciation for yourself. Instead of, paying 10% more for something in the future, you could end up with 10% equity buying now versus buying later. So we're definitely here to help people in a year if they decide they want to wait and see what's out there. But it's just food for thought that waiting a year, one, normally doesn't happen just from the moving, the logistic, the cost, the work aspect of that. But then you truly are, even if the market only goes up 3%, 5%, you still are going to be paying more for something in a year than you would right now.